So a few years ago, Mossberg, our beloved shotgun company, came out with a new handgun. There was a large marketed campaign for it, and the question is, all these years later, where are they now? Well, it's right here, the Mossberg MC2c. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So Mossberg does in fact sell handguns. This of course is the MC2c. There is also an optics ready version out as well. Now, why this hasn't really sold very well or why you don't really hear too much about it, I have my thoughts actually, and I'll talk about those in a minute here, but at first glance, this is kind of feature-packed for a concealed carry style of slim 9mm. And I'll talk about where this actually fits in, because it doesn't really fit in with like the Shields or the SIG P365s. You have a tri-dot night sight right there. You have front and rear serrations that are very well made, nice and tactile. You have finger placement on the right and the left here for your thumb and your finger like so, if you want. And then you have nice big fat mag release there. Nice and knurled, drop free. You have a low profile slide release. Great so far, right? Also 15 round and 13 round mags. 15 rounders hang out just a little bit, but allow you to have a little bit more grip if you have a little bit bigger hands. But the 13 rounders are what you probably would be using for concealed carry, and with the way this is, with a slight little finger groove right there, you can kind of see that it fits the hand pretty well. You don't really need that extra length there, but it is only 13 rounds. Little MC2 on the magazine here. All this, of course, made in the USA, which is great, except for the mags, which are made in Italy. I don't know if they are Meccar. It didn't say anything about that, but it does say Mossberg MC2, so I'm not really sure the origins of the actual mags, but made in Italy. But this right here is actually made in the US of A, in Eagle Pass, Texas. It says right there on the side. So, Texas handgun, flat polymer trigger. Trigger is not bad. Not bad at all. The actual first complaint I would have would actually be the texture, because it does look kind of weird. You have a lot of smooth pieces here, and then you also have some grippy panels, and nothing, of course, can be customized or anything like that. I mean, this is just how it is. No removable back straps or different grip modules or anything like that. So it feels kind of weird when you're picking this up, because it is a very slim handgun. So that is kind of an issue right there, but it does accept accessories. Now what's cool about it is it's not some kind of proprietary accessory rail like you would see with a Shield or a SIG P365. It takes your good old-fashioned lights like the APL-C by Inforce, or like their new, I think it's like the Wild 1 or Wild 2, whatever that compact one is, just came out for the new version. But you can see even the light is actually a little bit thicker than the very low-profile slim slide. So that is pretty cool. This is probably pretty stiff to pull off. Let's see, there you go. So it's nice to be able to put that in there. Of course, that would mean that holsters might be iffy to kind of find that'll fit a light, being the fact that the light would be bigger than the actual handgun itself. If it's too much bigger, it's gonna be hard to kind of get some retention there in the holster, but I don't really know how that's gonna work out depending on what kind of light you wanna throw on here. So holsters are definitely kind of tricky. I'm sure there are some companies out there making them for this, but it's not like your Glock 19s or your Shields where there's plentiful options. You also have a flat serrated front here, very tactical looking there. Nice, easy slide. No beveled magazine well or anything like that, but you do have some ledges here on the mag to strip it out. And a little bit of an indent for your fingers to kind of grab on if you really needed to. And for reliability, it's been almost 100%. I really think it was one round of a hard primer that we had an issue with, and I did catch that on camera. So I haven't had any reliability issues with the Mossberg MC2c as of yet. So I made kind of a 15 round concoction of random loads here for 9mm from steel, hollow points, brass, 115 grain, you name it. So let's see if we can choke this thing up. Ooh, where'd it choke up on? Hollow point. Could have been a fluke. Oh, hard primer. Interesting. Let's see if we make her go. There you go. Found 5 more rounds of that hollow point stuff. I actually don't know which this is from. True Shot sent me out a bunch of ammo not too long ago. I've been kind of using up a mixed box of ammo. I think it's Remington, 124 grain though, and it's like the bulk stuff, like the 50 round packs. So pretty cheap hollow points, not like nice Hornady or anything like that. 5 rounds. Could be the ammo then. So mostly reliable for what it is. I mean, we've all seen those hard primers before, and it's got over 500 rounds, 600 rounds now actually. I just put another 100 rounds through it today, so at least, probably 200 rounds actually. But ammo is definitely still expensive. It's coming down, which is good, but I really wanted to get this a good run for its money, which in fact is in the sub $300 range, which is a huge sell point for something like this. So let me show you something real quick. On the barrel in front of me, I have, of course, the Mossberg MC2c. I have the Ahrex Delta M, the PSA Dagger, which is like a Glock 19, and the Shield Plus. Now all of these kind of have a similar market share to the Mossberg. So 5 rounds on target, 4 diamonds, 7 yards. Let's see how they do. Oh, and they all have this stuff right here. This Fiocchi 9mm, 115 grain. Up first, Ahrex Delta M, 5 rounds, top left. All right, not too bad. Top right, Mossberg MC2c. Of course, some of these have red dots, some of them don't. But just an accuracy comparison here. All right, not too bad. Up next, PSA Dagger in that nice sniper green slide there, running actual Glock magazines, not the Magpul. P-Mags, 5 rounds, and we're doing the bottom left. Last but not least, Shield Plus, 5 rounds, bottom right. Just gonna feel way different. It's definitely the smallest of the bunch. Ah. I forgot about that reset. It's a little different on that trigger compared to the rest of them. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, we're coming up here. Let's see. Ahrex Delta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the Mossberg MC2c, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the Dagger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it could be those sights. The Dagger sights kind of suck. They're like Glock sights. Shield Plus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love carrying the Shield Plus. But if you compare them, I mean, very similar. I mean, similar for the way they are set up. I don't know. Not too bad. I talked about where this fits in with the Slim 9 market. Well, you would think, oh, you know, Slim 9, Shield, P365, and that would be wrong actually, because even with the 13 round mag in here, which this one actually has a 13 round mag as well, which is a reason why I'm thinking these aren't selling too hot either. You can kind of see the size difference right there. Clearly much bigger, but not much wider than the Shield, about the same height at least. Definitely a longer slide though, and this is about 20.2 ounces unloaded. Now, where does this fit in? Well, you might think, you know, Glock 19, let's see, 15 rounds, 15 rounds. Well, here is a PSA dagger, and you'd be right for the actual shape and kind of how it's formed. That dagger fits nicely in there, but you can tell it is much slimmer. The MC2c is obviously much slimmer than a Glock 19 or a dagger, so you get that 15 rounds a little bit longer, so that's great, right? You get a little bit longer, but you get the nice slim profile. Well, where this actually fits in is with something like the A-Rex Delta M. I don't know if this is considered like a slim compact or something. I mean, it's considered a slim 9mm, but this is supposed to contend with the Glock 19 or like the PSA dagger or like the Smith & Wesson 2.0 compact, but this is actually a lot thinner than those, but still has the 15 rounds. So you can kind of see with that extended mag, this A-Rex Delta M here, this is what matches up with this Mossberg, and this is maybe about $100 more for the A-Rex Delta M than the Mossberg. Kind of see how they line up right there. So that's kind of where it fits in actually. It's more like an A-Rex Delta M, a Slim 9, Slim 9 XL in a way. It doesn't really fit the real traditional Slim 9. It doesn't really go up to the Glock 19 size, anything like that, but that's kind of where it fits in, and that's kind of the problem, I think, because it only has 15 and 13 rounds, whereas the Shield and like the SIG come out with the exact capacity, if not more. You have the SIG P365 has 15 round magazines, and this has 13 rounds right out of the bat for the Shield Plus. Now, of course, you don't get the accessory rail, so if you're interested in that, then it might be worth a couple extra ounces to go up to this right here. Now for another little bit of bad news for this particular handgun right here, the Takedown. Takedown in 2022, it is 2022 still, should be toolless, should be no parts. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's a cool Takedown. No, it's not a cool Takedown in my opinion. I really think it should be simple tabs or a simple captured pin or something, right? It can't just be what I'm about to show you here. Takedown is check to make sure you're unloaded, double check, lock the slide back, and on the back right here, you'll see there's a big old button right here you push in. So you put it against a table, push the button in, and the backing plate actually pops off, which then you can do that and just completely lose the backing plate. And then the entire firing pin mechanism comes out. And then you can release the slide release, take it apart, spring, barrel, all very high quality. Though everything is very well machined. All right, very dirty after 500-600 rounds. Very nice barrel, 9mm Luger, little Mossberg stamp on there. Your traditional striker from then on out, right? Even has a metal plate, kind of like a Glock on the bottom with a serial number right down there. Nice and light. Put it back together. Barrel first. Get your hands all dirty. Spring. Now you put it back on the rails, go all the way back, lock it back, take your firing pin mechanism with it in this orientation like so, because that tab is going to have to drop in right there. And now you're under spring pressure, so what you need to do is take this piece that you already lost in the field, push all the way down and in, show you that again, push the button, pull out, put pressure straight down and in. So straight down and in so it locks into place. And you're back in action. I hate that. I really do. I think it should be much easier. I mean, look at every other handgun I mean, you have the traditional Smith & Wesson here, where it literally just pops off with a lever. All right. Look, I didn't lose any pieces there. ARX Delta. ARX Delta is very much like a Glock 19 in a way, with 2 tabs to pull down, kind of like the PSA Dagger, except it only goes a little bit, and then you have to kind of pick it up, so it's like a quarter, maybe a quarter-inch travel. Lock it back in. PSA Dagger. Pull it back a little bit. I guess you can pull the trigger. Pull it back a little bit, slide it straight off. You can see what I'm going here, like it should be toolless, should be easier than they made it. Lastly, what's in the box? You have a nice square, kind of interesting shape for a handgun, Mossberg box. And in there, you make it a sticker, Palmetto State Armory, and really, depending on where you get it from, and really it comes in a piece of plastic with a lock in there and your 2 mags, and that is it. Really nothing fancy, but what do you expect for the price point? I don't really love how the grip is, especially with that groove right there. I hate finger grooves anyways. I might do something about it on this dagger, to be honest with you. I really hate the dagger's finger grooves, but everything else on the dagger is pretty nice. And everything about this is really nice too, minus a few things that I've noted. Now the real question here that we're all trying to answer is, does this hat make me look cool in this 95-degree weather with 90% humidity? It's so hard to tell if this is empty because not only do you not even see the striker, it is so slim you can't even tell if the slide's back when you have it nice and lined up. Interesting design by Mossberg here, MC2c. I don't really see too many issues with it. They kind of hit a lot of the points you want to see with a concealed carry type of handgun like this. And the price point is there. It's sub $300, which is pretty insane in this market for a handgun like this. Holsters might be a little bit interesting to kind of get your hands on for this particular handgun, especially if you do want to conceal carry, but there are companies out there making them. I don't know, not much else to say, guys. It works really well. Price point's right. Good quality, it seems. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions about the handgun, hit them down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. As always, subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Really helps me out. Head on to Instagram. Follow me there. Like us on Facebook for all the latest and greatest deals on the internet. And I'll see you guys in the next review.